Well, it's not quite 6:30 yet, so we'll just give everyone a minute, but we will definitely be using our little balls or Markaloo, either one, whichever you prefer. A little trick that we worked out, I can't remember which class it was, whether it was in our over 50s or last night, but
was the over 50s.
It was the over 50s, yeah.
was it over 50s? All right, so you get a
Last night.
yeah, and you tuck your little balls in the sock and then tie a knot in it so that they're not going to run away on us while we do our shoulders and our head releases. Just makes things a little bit easier, so you can go and do that if you fancy, or you can just choose to put up with them rolling all over the floor and you can chase them and get a little extra movement in that way. Okay, so let's have a go at our shoulders and the back of our head. We're just going to see if we can get rid of our headache, and then we'll do a bit of releasing on our hips, and then we'll see where we go from there. All right, so let's start at the top and work our way down. I'm going to place the balls right at the back of your skull and then take a nice little lie down. Oh, it's doing my head in because I'm backwards. Okay, so we're just going to do some little nose nods. Nod your nose down to your chest and then lifting up, nodding down and lifting up. It's time for the hairdressers to open because my hair's getting pinched by, by the ball.
Oh,
Yes. Okay. And then we're just going to go side to side and turning side to side. Okay. All right, then let's go down to our shoulders. So we're going to start at the top of our shoulders. We'll have one ball on either side of our spine, and then we'll work our way down our back today. Let's see how we go. Oh, I missed. Okay, I wonder where everyone is. There's a few people sick today. Oh, okay, so once you feel like your balls are positioned just one either side of your spine, because we're starting at the top, we're going to take the one where we lift our hips up in the air and then lower down. And lift our hips and lower. And lift and lower. Now you might want to lift your hips up in the air and then add some arm movements to go a little deeper. Or you might not want to add the arm movements. That's entirely up to you.
I can't move, I've got a cut on me.
Well, then that's the universe saying the arm movements are not for you today. All right, and we might want to do a few arm openings as well. Catch dependent. Right. And then bringing your body back down. We're going to roll our body up our mat a little so the balls travel down a little bit. Just take a second to assess what this new spot is telling us. Now for me it's a bit tight in this spot, so I'm just going to lie here, maybe cross my arms across my chest, and then just do a gentle rock from side to side.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. You've got also the option of adding your arm movements in as well, like we just did before, if that feels like it's okay for you. Okay. Then let's take our bodies up so that the balls come down. Little by little. And then again, just assessing what this spot feels like for you. So again, you've got the same options. You can do arms across your chest and just a little side to side. You can add your arm movements in, maybe some openings, some overheads. And then maybe also some circular type motion with your arms. Just releasing a little bit. And then let's have a go at one more spot. It's like wriggling so that the balls travel down once again. Oh. If you want to, you've always got the option, that's better, of a cushion. Oh dear. This was a good idea. And then once again, you've got all the same options. Choose whichever one's right for you. Okay, from there, we're going to grab our balls and put them right across our low back, where your low back and your pelvis meet. And we're just going to take a lie down there. Still one either side of your spine. And you might just want to tip your pelvis from side to side. Side to side. Yeah, that a good spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you wait for?
All right, and then this time we're going to take our pelvis into a posterior and anterior tilt. Kind of rolling over the top of the balls. Allowing a little movement to happen there. Okay. Then we'll take the balls now so that they are lengthwise. So they were across, now we're going the opposite direction. One in your low back area where we just were, and the other one will be just across the top of your butt cheek. Okay, and we're just going to roll across from side to side. So we're getting a little bit of glute release and a little bit of low back, so QLs. Making sure that you don't roll on top of your tailbone. We're just staying on that one side of our back. Okay, and then switch over to the other side. Making sure you get low back and tailbone. And then side to side. Okay. And then just allow your back a second to just settle. All right. I feel like we might need to do a little bit extra in our glutes. So we're going to go that same lengthways and just put one ball towards the top of your bottom cheek and the other one is a little bit lower down. And again, just a little bit side to side. Okay, and then the other side.
I can't imagine your butt hurts so much.
I know. What's happening? I think I must have done extra lunges on my left side in bar today. One side's so much worse than the other. Thanks. Okay, and then take the balls out and we're just going to take some thigh circles around and around. And then go back the other way. All right, then place your feet down on the floor. Let's see how we go with our hip flexors. Okay, so for your hip flexors, you find the edge of your pelvis where your pelvis curls around like this. So the bony bits at the front there. And really dig your fingers in so you can find those bones. Then just on the inside of that, so we move off the bone into the fleshy part. Okay, and that's where we're going to put the top ball. We're going to take them on a little bit of a diagonal line. So if there's a bone and then down on towards your pubic bone. So we're going to follow that diagonal line like this.
Yep.
With our balls, and then lie down on top of that, face down. Oh, if you have Markaloo, you can do this with your Markaloo as well, or instead of. If the balls are a little too much, like too firm, the other way that you could do it at home is with like a pair of socks rolled up into a ball shape, and that might, you know, be a little more comfortable. Okay. So just relaxing there because it's so relaxing.
Just for
Yeah. And then again, you can do that same little wiggle of your pelvis from side to side just to go in a little deeper and then ease off a little bit. Okay. Then, other side, exactly the same thing. Find your bony bit. Just go on the inside of that and then on that diagonal line down towards your pubic bone. And relax and enjoy that wonderful sensation. And adding your side to side if you fancy. Okay. Then from there, we're going to lay the balls vertically down the center of our thigh bone. And then laying face down again. And just taking a second. Oh, wow. To enjoy that. Trying to allow your body to relax so that you're absorbing the balls into your quads, letting them melt in. And then when you feel like it's as melty as they're going to get, start to bend and straighten your knee. Okay, and then we've got the other leg to do. So first, just melting. And then adding your bend and straighten. Okay, and then last spot that we're going to do today in our torture session is our hamstrings. So once again, placing the balls vertically along the center of the back of your thigh bone this time. And you start with a soft bend in your knee and then stretch out and then bend again. Pressing and releasing. Now, the more that you sit up, the more intense the sensation will be through your hamstrings. So leaning back is slightly less pressure. Leaning more upright is for those hardcore pain fanatics. Okay, let's do the other side. Little soft bend and straighten. Okay, done. So let's grab our, because we all have them now, let's grab our Pilates balls. Daniela, have you had a chance to blow yours up yet? Yeah, good. All right, let's grab them. Okie dokie. So first thing that we're going to do, Sarah's got hers, is, did we do this yesterday, last night?
Not under the arm.
Not under.
We did use the ball. Well, we didn't have the ball, but
Yeah, no, that's okay. So this is just a nice one to help relieve some tension through your body. So I'm thinking about your headache. We're going to go the ball under the side of your rib cage, and then just rest your head down on your arm. And then take your arm up and overhead, and then stretch it back down by your side. So up and over, and stretching down. And then hold your hand up overhead and take some really nice big deep breaths. So breathing in, trying to inflate your rib cage into the ball. And then as you breathe out, allow the ball to absorb into your rib cage. So breathing in, expanding into the ball. And breathing out, letting the ball expand into you. And one more time. And then take your hand just in front of you and just gently roll a little forwards and backwards. So this series is really good to do when you've had a bit of a stressful day and you need your central nervous system to calm down a little bit. You'll probably find that afterwards you'll be able to take deeper breaths, which is always a good thing. Okay. And then we take the ball. Oh no, what's happened to me? We take the ball.
you're stuck.
I'm stuck.
It's frozen. Take the ball.
Take the ball and put it in between the rest. The hostess spot. Would you like to join audio? No, I don't want to join.
Between our ribs and our pelvis.
Between your ribs and your pelvis. Yep. How's that? Okay, it's catching up now. Now, ribs and pelvis, and then take a lie down. So this helps us to release our obliques. But if you angle yourself more so that the ball is a little around towards your back, then it will get a little more into your QLs if your low back is where you tend to feel your tightness. So again,
That's good.
take some nice deep breaths. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Is this going to do your back? No, I'm not sleeping on that.
Just breathing nice and deeply. Trying to expand into the ball. And then once you've done a few breaths there, once again, adding your forwards and backwards roll, just to release all the fascia around there a little bit.
Oh my God.
You okay?
That's good.
Okay.
That was just for saying, oh my God.
Oh, was it? I thought it was you. Okay. So let's go on the other side now. Starting with our ribs. Take a little lie down. We go across and over. My brain is so wigging out because I'm backwards. It's too much. I can't go. I can't wait to be back in the studio so I don't have to look at the screen.
Yeah, not much longer.
Not much longer. No. All right, then hold your arm there and we'll take some nice big deep breaths. And then add your little forwards and backwards.
Not the shoulders, just.
Okay, then coming down in between your ribs and your pelvis, and either right on the side or biasing it slightly behind you if you want to release more of your back. And nice big deep breaths again. There's that pussycat. How do your cat and dog get along, Sarah?
Oh, they get on great. Yeah, they play chases around the house. They're good buddies. The cat's a little bit cheeky though. She should be the dog.
All right, and then adding your rocking forwards and backwards. It's been really nice to get to see people's dogs in particular. Good guard dogs coming to the door when I've been driving. It's been cute.
Yeah, puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your puppies came, well, one of yours came to the front door today.
Well, they were both there. It's just one's louder than the other.
I could only see one.
Oh.
All right. There we go. So, well, how does that feel?
Yeah, good.
Nice. Now let's take the ball behind your upper back. So you want to feel the base of your shoulder blades in the ball. Take your hands behind your head so you can really support your neck by holding no tension in your neck. And then as you take a breath in, lengthen back over the ball. And as you breathe out, come up into your chest lift. So we breathe in and lengthen over. And breathe out, coming up. Breathing in to go over. And breathe out, coming up. One more time. All right. Next time as we come up, we're going to add our hula into that, so rotation. So we breathe in and go back over the ball. And then breathe out, come up and twist rib to opposite hip. Breathe in, unwind and go back over the ball. And then come up and twist. Bring it over. And twist across. Over. And twist. couple more on each side. And then, if it feels good, you might like to go all the way over, bring your head to the floor, and just open your arms out. So feeling that nice opening through the front of your chest. Take some nice big deep breaths. And then bring your hands back behind your head again. Head heavy in your hands, supporting your head as you come up. Come all the way up to sitting. Scooch the ball right in underneath your tailbone. And then sitting up nice and tall. We take a roll back. So roll back. Open our arms out. Bring them back. And roll up. Roll back. Open your arms. Bring them forwards. And up. Starting to work nicely into our tummy. Okay, we go down. Lift your arms and lower. And lift and lower. And lift. Lower. 2 more times. And roll it up. Okay, this time we do serve the T. So we roll back. One arm stretches forwards as the other arm twists behind you, open out, and then come back to the front and lift up. So we go back. Reach around. Palm is facing up. Come back to the front and lift. Roll back. Stretch around. Come to the front and back. Stretch around. Down front and back. One more on each side. Around. Center and lift. And last one. And lift. Okay, from there, take the ball out and place it in between your knees. And then we roll all the way down to the floor. Okay. We're going to have the back of our arms pressing heavy into the mat. Just a gentle squeeze on the ball. Roll your spine up away from the floor. Hold at the top. Do 5 quick squeezes in on the ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just a gentle hold on the ball as you roll your spine back down. Relax everything at the bottom. And then reconnect. Back of the shoulders into the floor and roll your spine up. Hold at the top for 5 quick squeezes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release a little and then roll back down. We do that twice more. Rolling up. 5 squeezes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then rolling down. And last one. Squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rolling all the way down. Okay, from here, we're going to take our ball underneath one heel. I'll do this side so you can see what's happening. Okay, hands come behind your head. We're going to come up into our chest lift. Head heavy, back of your neck long. And then roll the ball out away from you. And drag it back in. I need to adjust where my ball is. All right. Pressing down on the ball as you roll away. And roll it back in. Stay up in your chest lift if you can, but if you need a break, you can come down each time your leg comes back in. 2 more times. Out. And in. The last one. Roll it out. And in. Lower your head down. Keep the ball there. You're going to come up. Stretch your leg out. And then twist your upper body toward your bent knee. And come to the center. Keep pressing down onto the ball. Feel the back of your leg activating. And center. Twist across. And center. Last one. Across. Center and down. Bring the ball back in and scooch it over to the other foot. Okay. Coming into your chest lift. Holding the chest lift or coming down each time your leg comes home. We press down to roll the ball away. Press down to bring it in. Roll it away. And bring it in. Roll it away. Bring it in. Last. Bring it in. Take a quick rest. Then we curl back up. Stretch your leg away. Rotate to the bent knee while pressing down on the ball. Across and back. And across and back. Twist. Back. And twist. And back. Bringing everything home. We're going to take the ball now underneath our pelvis. So lift your hips up in the air and the ball comes in underneath your low back pelvis area. Make sure that your shirt isn't going to choke you. Okay. Then, starting with your arms on the floor, we're going to take our legs up in the air and just check the position of the ball is comfortable for your back. You can adjust now, bringing it up a little higher or down a little lower, depending on what feels supported for you. Okay, from here we go into some toe taps. So keeping the same shape at your knee, hinging from your hip joint, we lower down towards the floor and lift. Then the other leg comes down and lifts. Down, and down, and up. So being up on the ball gives your spine a little bit of traction, and it also works your abs a little bit harder because now you're on something wobbly, so you have to work a little harder to stabilize. If your body doesn't like being on the ball, you can take it out and just keep doing the exercises without the ball. Okay, from there, we do a single leg stretch. So stretch one leg out long, drawing the other knee in towards you. And then switch them. And then switch. And switch. And so now we're getting a little bit of a feel for our body on the ball. If this feels like you want to increase the challenge a little, you're going to take your hands and place them on your rib cage. So you've got less support on the floor. If you would still like more challenge, you take your arms up to the ceiling. So now you've got nothing on the floor. And you can probably tell that's a bit more wobbly for me. Okay. Then just hug your knees in for a second. From there, we're going to take our legs up to the ceiling. Take them into turnout. And then activating your hip extensors, so your glutes and hamstrings, We're going to press our heels together as strongly as we can to lower our legs just a little. And then scoop into your tummy to lift your legs back up. So we press our heels together to lower down, 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 and lift up. Nice small movement. Pressing away, heels together. And lifting. And one more time, down. And lifting. All right. Take a little rest. Then from there, bring your heels together and toes apart and your knees apart so that you're in a little frog position. We're going to keep your heels pressing into each other as you stretch your legs out long and then bend them back in. And we stretch out long and bend them in. Again, you have those same options with your arms. You can have your hands down on the floor, on your rib cage, or reaching up to the ceiling. Whichever level of challenge you feel like you want today. Let's do 2 more. Okay. Then taking your feet down to the floor one at a time. We're going to lift our hips up off the ball. Take the ball out and just allow your back a moment to settle. Taking some nice deep breaths there. So in that position when we're on the ball, because we are tractioning our lumbar spine, it's not unusual for you to feel a sensation of warmth when you come off. That's perfectly fine. You may also feel a tiny bit dizzy, so we never immediately get straight up off that one. So we're going to be laying on our side for a minute. You can have a cushion or cushions under your head if you like. We take the ball behind that top knee. Just checking how we're going with time. Okay. Bring your knees up so that they're in line with your hips. And then we're going to flex our feet, lift that top leg and lower. And then lift and lower. So working our important hip extensor and abductor muscles here. Now lift up a little and do 8 squeezes on the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. We lift up. Press backwards, take the ball back behind you, and then swing the ball forwards. And press it back, and bring it forwards. And press back, and forwards, and back, and take it back behind you. Do 8 little presses on the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it back to the front. Take a moment just to recover. Okay, next one is our hip circles. So you lift up, circle your leg around and stop. Circle around and stop. Circle around and around. Let's go back the other way. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Adding that little pause there. It's just an extra little bit of joy in the movement. Okay, from there, we are going to just take the ball into your top hand. Take it out in front of you. We're going to snake the ball across our chest and open out behind us. And then roll it back to the front. So snaking the ball across your chest and taking it back into your chest opener. I don't quite have enough room. And then rolling forwards. So as your arm goes behind you and you open out your arm, you might want to do a little extend and flex of the wrist a few times. So back here, extend and flex. Just to increase that release through your whole arm a little bit. Let's do that 2 more times. Extend. Flex. And last one. I'll bring it back. Okay, let's spin around and do the other side. So our ball comes behind that top knee. Both sides of your waist are nice and long, and your knees are up in line with your hips. Okay. We lift up. Foot is flexed and lower. And lift. And lift. Good. Lift up. 6 squeezes. No, 8 squeezes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Okay. Then lift up. Press the ball back behind you. And bring it to the front. And take it back. And bring it front. Take it back. And bring it front. Back. And front. Last one. Hold it back there. 8 squeezes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come just for a little rest. Now we've got our hip circles with a pause. So lift your leg, you circle around and stop. Around and stop. Around and stop. Around and stop. Now go back the other way 4 times. Very nice. Take the ball into your top hand. And snake it across your body, open out behind you. And then return to the front. Take it back. And bring it to the front. Take it back. And to the front. Back. Now add your wrist extension, flexion, extension. And then come back to the front. And there we go again. 2 more times with the wrist. And last one. And bringing it to the front. Okay. Next, we're going to flip over onto our tummies to do some extension work. You can do this work with the ball or without the ball. The choice is yours. If we go with the ball, you're going to place the ball underneath your sternum area. And then you just take your hands to wherever they're comfortable. Allow your back to rest down towards the floor. Then press down into your hands to lift up. You're going to try and melt your sternum forwards into the ball, like you're trying to push the ball away from you with your sternum as you extend through your upper back. And then round everything back down. Gently try and lift your low tummy ever so slightly off the floor as you lift your upper back up, pressing forwards with your sternum. And then lowering down. Doing that a couple more times. Pressing and lifting. And lowering down. Lifting up. And then lower. You like it?
Yeah. Good.
I like it a lot. It seems to really help you move through that very tight spot just underneath your scapula. Yeah? So maybe we do a few more because it feels good. Just seeing how much length can you get through your spine. Okay, 2 more now, this time for real. And last one. Delicious. All right, let's stretch back into our rest position. You could have your forehead on top of your ball. And just relax in there for a second. Okay, now bring your arms across in front of your chest, between your knees and your ball. And then we're just going to press down into the ball and bring your chin towards your chest as you do that. And then press down into the ball as you roll the ball away from you a little. We're pressing down to try and bring the ball in closer towards us. And we're pressing down to stretch it away. Now we're working very slowly and gently with this one. Listening to the range that your body is happy to go with today. Just doing one more like that. Okay, then let's take a lie down on our tummies again with the ball behind one knee. You have the option of putting your forehead on a pillow. Shoulders are relaxed and your foot is flexed. So we're going to try and keep the front of our hips evenly weighted on the floor as we do this exercise. All we need to do is lift the ball up towards the ceiling ever so slightly and lower. So your thigh bone is barely lifting off the floor, but you might feel lots of effort through the muscles in the back of your leg, so your hamstrings. And then to add on, you're going to lift up and then just squeeze and release the ball. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. That's it, and then relax. Switch over to the other leg. Okay, make sure you've got hold of the ball. Center your pelvis. And then ever so slightly, lifting your thigh bone off the floor to lift the ball and release. Making sure that top foot is flexed. So you're pressing up with your heel towards the ceiling. Lifting, squeeze, release, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then letting that go. Okay, from here, let's come up. And we're going to put the ball under one knee. Now let's see, with just that little extra wobble, how we go with our quadruped work. So we're going to try the same arm as leg is on the ball is going to stretch out and lift up. And then bring it down again. And then the opposite arm stretches out and lifts up. And bring it in. Same arm as the ball leg. Lift. And then the other arm. Reach and lift. Alternating sides. Just feeling how that might be a little tricky to keep your balance. All right. Good. Okay, let's switch the ball over to the other side. Get your quadruped ready. And then start with the same side as the ball. Or change to the other. I'm finding it's harder on this second side, like I am. Woo! And left. And one more on each arm. All right. And then taking that out. To finish off, who is game? Let's see if we can do a little balance with both knees on the ball. So we bring both knees on top of the ball. Hands down on the floor. See if you can lift your feet off the ball. And then try and lift one arm up. Bring it back down with more control than I did. Yep. And then try the other side. And down. Lift. Down. Lift. A bit more tricky, isn't it? Woo! Something a little bit fun. All right, once you're even on both sides, coming off there. And the other thing that I forgot to do was a hamstring stretch. That's something that I wanted to do earlier. So let's do that. If you have a band or a towel or a magic circle or something nearby, just grab it. I'll show you what you can do with your loop band. Or you can just hold on to your pants as well. So whatever you've got, hook it around your foot. And just go into a stretch for the back of our leg. So sometimes when we've got tension in our neck and shoulders, it can be coming from as far down as our hamstrings, our calves, even through the fascia in the bottom of your foot. So just releasing that whole back line of the body might go some way to relieving your headaches or neck tension. Okay. Let's switch over to the other leg. All right. Don't know about you, but I feel like we could definitely use a second go on each side. So I'm going to hang out and do that. Here we go. Yeah, that's starting to feel better. And then switch to the other side again. And there we go. That's us cooked for whatever day it is today. Who can keep up these days? Oh, not me, that's for sure. All right, how do you feel?
Yeah, that was fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.